Tonight, days after the passing of former President Jimmy Carter, people are flocking to his hometown of Plains, Georgia, to pay their respects. And we're finally hearing from the late leader's family. Political reporter Doug Reardon is there 2.5 hours south of Atlanta.
Jason Carter, Jimmy Carter's grandson, talked about his grandfather's life and legacy and how he was just a regular guy from here in Plains, Georgia. Things have really quieted down here over the past couple days since the former president's passing. All the news outlets have gone, but people are still flocking here to pay respect to the man that they had so much admiration for in the place that meant so much to him.
He was a country guy.
Jimmy Carter's grandson, Jason, remembers his grandfather like most grandsons do.
Going fishing, going to the Braves games.
While Carter called his grandfather a rock for their family, he knows they're not alone in mourning a great loss.
We all know that because of the extent to which he shared himself with the rest of the world, a lot of people in this world are out there carrying on his legacies.
Yeah, we need a lot more like him.
Sandy Stoneham came all the way from Wisconsin to see Plains, Georgia, the place that embodies a man she had a lot of respect for.
Just how generous, giving, upstanding, and again, what a great human being he was.
Stoneham was on her way to Daytona Beach, Florida, when she heard that Jimmy Carter, after a long stint in hospice, had finally passed away.
It was only 90 miles out of my way, and I thought, you know what, I have to go pay my respects to this fantastic human being, you know, who set such a good example for the rest of us.
Stoneham respected Carter not only for his resilience in office, but for his commitment to community when he left it.
And I hope people my age, and actually younger, will tell their kids about him so that they know that we at one time had this.
I'm also probably your biggest 9-year-old fan too.
Stoneham would be happy to know that later in the day we met Moore Edenfield, a 9-year-old with just as much admiration for Carter as anyone else.
You're not only an amazing man, but also a great president.
He read us a letter he wrote to his favorite commander-in-chief.
I think you have always been the best U.S. president ever since I started getting into U.S. presidents. And just so you know, I'm not biased because I live in Tallahassee, Florida.
Even at a young age, a respect for all that Carter represented in service, faith, and family.
I hope you're happy with Rosalyn up in heaven.
It won't stay quiet here in Plains for very long. Carter will be moved from here on Saturday, where his casket will travel through Plains and up to Atlanta, where it will lie in state at the Carter Center. From there, he'll go to D.C. for a state funeral and then come back here to Plains next week for a private burial and ceremony with just the family. In Plains, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.